Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am on Andrew Street in Orillia, Ontario, and I am showing you right here. This is now city building. It is where like unemployment and stuff is in, welfare, all that stuff. But back in 1945, this was a factory, and not only was it a factory, but this whole parking lot was also part of this factory. There was two factories here, guys. One was Veloce and one was Tuthope Steel. Now, the story I'm getting to is one of them it's murder, but it's also, more importantly, it was the first person from this small city of Orillia to be executed. The kid, his name was Lloyd Wellington Simcoe, and he was a worker in this factory, Veloce enamels, back in 1945. Now, what happened was, I don't know the exact date of the murder. It's unclear on the internet, but it was mid-March of 1945. They had what's called night watchmen, or security guards. They had day watchmen too, right? So the day watchmen come in the very next day after the murder and couldn't get access to the building of Veloce. So he went down to the Tuthope Steel part of the building, gained access through the security guard there. Normally the day or the night watchman would let him in, but not that particular day. All the doors were also locked. So he went down to the Tuthope Steel part of the building, and they went in. That guy let him in, and through a corridor door that went from one factory to the other, they both went in to find the grisly discovery of Freeman Walker, who was the night security man. He was badly beaten and stabbed to death. He was almost unrecognizable. So 9 hours after that, they come to the conclusion that it was the Lloyd Wellington Simcoe, who was a young native man. He was 17 at the time. This was 2 weeks before his birthday, which I believe his birthday would have been on April 3rd. So 9 hours after the discovery of the body, he was arrested, and basically he was in the back shed where he used to hang out. He used to throw knives. He was a little bit slow, people say, but he worked here, and he didn't work here at the time of the murder. The story goes that he went back to get a coat that he forgot here, and that was that. The murder happened. So he's quickly either blamed, or maybe he did do it. We don't know. That was a long time ago. The only ones that really know are him and the victim. So, but the story goes he went back to get his coat. Maybe there was an altercation, because it was unsure of why he left the job. Some say he was fired because he couldn't pick up the work. He couldn't learn. He was slow. Others say he quit because he didn't like the kind of work, and he didn't like that Walker guy particularly because he'd make racial slurs to him. And but either way, the night watchman was brutally murdered, and this young man at 17 was arrested for it and executed at 18. He was executed within 9 months of the murder. It is said that somebody seen him earlier that night, like walking down the street and trying to get into a restaurant drunk, but other people say the kid never drank. And somebody else that knew him seen him in a restaurant later on, another restaurant, combing his hair, and seemed to have seen a red stain on his shirt sleeve. But at the time of arrest, he had apparently blood stains on his shirt and his shoes, none on his pants, which is kind of weird unless he changed his pants but not his shoes and shirt, which would be kind of odd if you're trying to hide something. So it's really unclear of what really happened and who really did this. But either way, he was convicted very quickly and executed even quicker. Like 9 months. That's not a long time to go from being charged and executed. I don't know how things worked back then, but he was the first person in Aurelia to ever be executed, or from Aurelia to be executed. He was executed in Barrie. I will take you there next and show you the spot where the jail where he was executed in, the Barrie jail, or Barrie bucket as people call it. So and at the end I will take you to the cemetery where he is buried. I don't know a lot about this Freeman Walker. There's very little information on the internet about him. I don't even know where he's buried or anything, or I would take you there as well. So this is going to be at least a 3-part series, not about this particular crime, but of 3 different executions at that Barrie jail. There was only 5 in total since I guess the executions were around in Canada for a couple hundred years, but it was abolished in 1976. No more executions. Maybe for the fact that they were executing maybe some innocent people that were wrongly convicted, or maybe for the fact that the Bible says you shall not kill. I don't know. But this parking lot, guys, this whole block was a factory. This whole block you're looking at here, it's all parking now for this municipal building that it is now. But Tudhope Steel used to be here as well, guys. So yeah, he was executed in 1945, December 2nd, I believe, somewhere in December, and he was laid to rest on the reserve, the cemetery on the reserve, Rama Reserve, Ramis Cemetery, or Ramirez Cemetery. I will go there at the very end. I will show you his tombstone, and I just thought it'd be very cool to show you guys. There was only 5 executions in that Barrie jail, and the whole time there was executions, over 200 years. That jail is over 180 years old, as I'll tell you again later when I do that part of the video. So I'm just kind of walking around the parking lot telling you the story of what I know of it, but I thought it'd be intriguing, kind of an intriguing story, and end it with a cemetery walk, because that's pretty much what this channel is about. But it's a great story because of the young age of the man, the fact that he was native, and who knows if he really did it. Only he knows, and the victim knows. It could have been just, you know, how things were back in those days. If they wanted to convict a particular person, or if it was easy to get them, man, they just wanted to close cases. Let's face it. They didn't care who they put away or killed. Corruption, you know, it still happens today. I'm not saying there was corruption in that whole deal, but it wouldn't surprise me either way. So anyways, guys, this is the factory. This is where it happened. Yeah, so I'm not going to get into too much more on this. I'm going to go take you to where the execution spot was, and that's more of what the story's about. So yeah, guys, stick around, hang in, and enjoy this full video when it's done. I will post this video today, actually, and once I'm done it, once I do the final cemetery walk and show you the stone, I will post this, and I hope you guys enjoy it. There's more to come. There's at least three more videos. They're going to be on different executions at that particular jail, and I'm hoping to have 5, but I might only have 3 because it's very hard to find any information on the other 2, but I'm gonna try. So enjoy it, people. Subscribe and like, share, and yeah, I hope you like this video, man. Peace out. Here we are. We're at the Barrie jail. This jail is 180 years old, guys. It is now closed. It closed its doors in 2001 due to, well, poor living conditions for the inmates. This is the spot where Lloyd, Wellington, Simcoe was executed December 20th, 1945. He's said to have been the first and maybe only person that came from the city of Aurelia to be executed. There was only 5 executions here, guys. I will be doing a series on all 5 if I can, at least 3 for sure. So look forward to those coming. But yeah, it's still up in the air whether he was actually guilty of the crime or not. He was a young native man, and well, we know the justice system wasn't the most honest when it came to racism and whatnot. This here looks like the front entrance to this particular jail. It's kind of got a neat castle type style to it. Like I said, this is 180 years old, guys. Yeah, and it didn't only house criminals. For a long time, they would just throw vagrants in here. They would throw mentally ill people in here. And yeah, so I actually did a little bit of time here when I was younger. I was coming to terms with my life. Nothing major, some property crimes, but I was actually in the execution death row range. It's still in here. They still have the room where the gallows was. It's a big door in that particular range. It's not in use. I don't think the gallows is in there. It's probably not been in there since the death penalty was abolished in Canada, all through Canada in 1976. You see a cool tower. I don't know what that is up there, but I do know, like, the lower part of that tower, that would be where the medical unit was, the doctor. You would climb a spiral stair to get there. This is where the police paddy wagons would bring you into this jail. They would drive in through this door. You would go to booking. From there you would go to a range, and from there you would sit and do your time or wait to go to court. And it was only a holding jail. It wasn't a jail for doing time unless you were only doing a small bit of time, maybe 30 days or something. But these are just holding jails, like they're just buckets, they call them. We call this one the Barrie bucket. Once you were sentenced, you would be processed and sent out to another institution where you would do your time. You can see over there where the fence is, that was the yard for this jail. You get an hour a day out there, and back in the day, this is where people would get their drugs and other contraband items in through. They just throw them over the fence. They'd have somebody they knew come by, throw it over the fence, and then they would do what was necessary with that. They would put it up in the unmentionables to get it into the actual jail. So, because they would be frisked, and sometimes they would just randomly strip search people. But yeah, it was closed down due to overcrowding and just poor conditions. Again, I say this is a 180-year-old jail. So, and I don't know if Lloyd, Wellington, Simcoe actually did commit the murder. It seems possible, but it always also was a time of racism. The particular guard, like I said in the first video, was racist. He used to call them racial slurs to the natives. And this particular guy, as I said before, was slow in the head. He was handicapped. And he took a lot of abuse from this particular security guard from what I've been reading. So he might have had enough. Maybe went back there to get his jacket, like they said. And maybe that guy pushed on one of his last nerves and he lost it, hit him with something, and out of just pure anger over all the abuse he's taken over the years, stabbed him multiple times. So yeah, I love bringing you guys these videos. I hope you enjoyed them. Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and next week we're going to head to the Rama Cemetery where Lloyd Wellington Simcoe is buried. And we'll do a little walk there. I'm not going to make it too long of a walk. This video is long enough as it is because I stopped at several places to make this. But I thought it imperative that I show you this jail. This is, I think all they put in here now, guys, is files. They use this for storage for files. I would love to get in there, though. I'd love to do that because I got a paranormal channel as well. POP, colons on the front and back, in search of proof of paranormal. So yeah, I'd like to get in there, man, because there was actual graveyard in here, guys, where people that were unclaimed bodies that died in here, not necessarily executions, would be buried. So there's an actual graveyard in here, guys. And I'm gonna see if I can just walk around the back here, give you a view of the other side of this jail. Again, guys, don't forget this young man was he was only 17 when he was charged with the crime, and 18 when he was executed. I don't know, I wasn't there, so I don't know if he actually did it or not, but it is still up in the air. So fence here, guys, but can't really get much in here. But there's the back here, guys, in the courthouse, you can see there. So yeah, but all right, guys, I think that's enough for this video here. I just want to show you the actual place where the execution took place, give you a visual, and yeah, that's about it, man. So there was 5 people total executed at this particular jail before they abolished the death penalty. I'm gonna do hopefully a 5-part series with all of them. Definitely a 3, starting with this one. This guy was the last person to ever be executed here. So I'm kind of started backwards, but he seemed to have been the most interesting story. So I thought I'd give you guys that first, and followed by 2 more, and possibly 2 more after that. So anyways, thanks for watching. Peace out. Share, like, subscribe. Well, here we are, everybody. Final chapter of this episode. We're at the Rama Cemetery, or Ramara Cemetery. It's on the reserve in Rama, Ontario, and we will see the last resting place of Lloyd Wellington Simcoe, who was, as you know from the video, was the last person to be executed at the Barrie jail. He was hung on the gallows there. So I just got to find the tombstone. There's the Simcoes are all over here, so I'm hoping it's over here. Let's go have a look, guys. As you can see, this isn't a very big cemetery. It is on a reservation, and I did a cemetery walk here before, so you can go back and watch that one. But you can see also there's a lot of wooden crosses here. Maybe just people just couldn't afford stones or whatnot, so we'll just take a quick walk around, take a look. There were some Simcoes back that way, but I didn't see the stone there, so I'm going to check up here, guys. And just kind of this would be a very beautiful cemetery here, guys, in the summertime. So when he was executed, I guess his family must have claimed him, because if he wasn't claimed, he would have been buried in the jail cemetery. They have a cemetery there, guys. So there's some Simcoes here, as you can see. We got William Simcoe, April 16th, 1893 to February. Let's see here what it says. We got Elmer W. Simcoe there. Looks like a war vet. We got oh, here we go, guys. Lloyd Simcoe. This is him right here, guys. Right there. You can see our son, Lloyd Simcoe. April 3rd, 1927 to December 19th, 1945. That was the day he was executed. We got an angel on there, guys. And again, it's that's my little dog there, guys. But again, it's hard to say. I wasn't there. I mean, he could have very well have been innocent of any wrongdoing, but this must be the parents here, guys, because it says at the bottom there, Lloyd W. Simcoe, gone but not forgotten. So I'll move some of these weeds. So this here would be his parents, William Simcoe, April 16, 1893 to February 2nd, 1974. His beloved wife, Alma E. Jacobs, February 28th, 1898 to October 29th, 1989. And Murda Simcoe, eldest son of William and Alma Simcoe, September 15th, 1916 to May 5th, 1939. And there at the bottom you can see, guys, Lloyd W. Simcoe, April 3rd, 1927 to December 20th, 1945. Gone but not forgotten. Again, it must have been very sad for the parents. I mean, he was slow, from what I'm hearing, and for anybody to bury a son or to outlive their kids is a horrible thing. Like, again, I don't know. Maybe he may have done it. He may not have done it. It's all up in the air. All we know is, back then, let's face it, if people wanted you gone, you were gone. They would just chump up charges on you. They might have just used him as a scapegoat. I don't know. A lot of people do believe that is what happened. I fully believe that it could have been that way, or it could have been just enough abuse that he took from this particular security guard. He had enough, snapped. Hit him with a pipe or something, hit him with something there, and continued to stab him out of a fit of anger. Nobody knows except for him and the deceased. So, but they're both gone now, so yeah. Yeah, guys, I hope you enjoy these videos. I love bringing it to you, and it's really nice if there's a good story to go with it, and that there really is a good story. So please share, subscribe, share it to everybody you know. Put some comments down if anybody knows anything, or if anybody from the area, from this reserve, is watching this. It would be great if you could tag on some pictures. We were not able to find any pictures of him or his family, but that would be fantastic if somebody out there does have pictures or is able to get pictures. Look at this solitary stone here, guys. Just nothing on it, just sitting up against this tree here. So I wonder if that tree grew around it. There's a little thing here. Somebody put this here. Yeah, okay, guys. I'm not going to get anything else here. I just came here for a final chapter just to show you where Lloyd Wellington Simcoe was buried, and also to find his family's stones. Yeah, so this is it here, guys. So anyways, I hope you enjoy this video. Peace out, and we'll see you on the next video.